Hey everyone, welcome to the Firefighters Global Consulting Behind the Smoke podcast. This podcast operates wholly independently of any specific fire department, union, or municipality. This podcast is intended to provide information, education, and hopefully even entertainment for some of our listeners, and is provided in our personal capacities and does not reflect the official policies, procedures, or views of any specific fire department, union, or municipality. Furthermore, no official department resources, equipment, or on-duty time are utilized in the operation of this business or the making of this podcast. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy it.
We're back.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you want to say it.
It was a bit of a standoff. Yeah, no, I wanted to see what was happening and what you're going to do. Yeah.
Usually you go first.
Yeah, no, it's good. We are back.
And better than ever.
Well, you could use some sleep, but
Yeah. It's a bit of a late night. A couple calls. But
yeah, nothing too crazy, eh?
no.
What's our episode today, Brandon?
Today we're talking about, this one's actually from a listener.
Yeah.
So he was wondering how detrimental to the fire process is it if he has a speech impediment? So like stutter, Tourette's, having an accent, or like English being your second language.
Right. Yeah, we've had clients in the past who, have had us ESL or even third language. Yeah, it might be tough for them in some aspects, right? So, valid question for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is like we know a handful of people
Yes.
that have, speech impediments, whether it is Tourette's, like we volunteered with a nice guy that had Tourette's.
Yeah.
And then, accents, they're super common.
He's a career firefighter now. Yeah, stutters, lots of people with stutters, lots of people with accents as well. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Like if you're listening to this right now and you have a stutter, speech impediment, or, you've immigrated from somewhere else and you have a really thick accent, like just know that, yes, you can definitely be a firefighter, but there are some things that we want you guys to think about and maybe work on. There are some proactive things, right? Some things to watch out for, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
He was wondering, why do you think a department would care if you had these issues?
Yeah, so before we get into that, we have a little special sponsorship announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. We didn't do it last time.
Yeah.
I think we messed up the audio. We messed up the link, so we didn't actually.
That was me, yeah.
so
I
we
misread it a handful of times. And
it's
No, we got these caffeine pouches from Alert, ALRT.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 50 milligrams of caffeine, no nicotine in them. I mean, I've been trying to stop using energy drinks, so I'm going to try using these ones.
Yeah, it's
Check 'em
good.
out.
He's a brother on the job out east. He's trying to get the guys off the nicotine, so it's a good thing. And he sponsored this episode. Well, he actually sponsored last episode, but
It's my battle, right?
no, it's okay. Well, we got it written on the board now.
Yeah.
What's the website where you guys can get this?
So Alert Pouches, ALRTpouches.com.
Nice.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Beautiful, yeah.
I'm sorry, Dan.
They taste nice, and hopefully they take off elsewhere as well. So right on. Yeah, back to the good news, bad news. So why would a fire department care if you do have a speech impediment or a heavy, accent?
I think like a lot of the job is communicating, with the crew, the public, when you're on medical calls, fire calls, that might be a little bit where they would be concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the end of the day, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you're part of the community. Like if you do have some sort of stutter or if you have an accent, a lot of people in your community probably do as well. So if you're working within that community, like you are part of the community, that is something that, how would I explain it? Like
you're going to encounter it.
you're going to counter it,
Yeah.
exactly. You're not going to be the only person out there
No.
with an accent.
Yeah.
And if you go into that environment, like you said, the reasons departments care is communication is huge. If you're going to medical, you need to communicate your questions to the patient. They need to be able to communicate that back, right? You go into a fire call, you need to be able to know what your job is, right? But I've read somewhere actually that a lot of people with stutters or Tourette's of some sort, speech impediments of some sort, will actually perform better under stress. They'll actually almost forget the impediment.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. So like even like in Mayday situations, like they would
Yeah.
completely be clear of it. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't test that out in real life.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I
Yeah.
never get to that part, but
But yeah, that's kind of why departments would care. So like if you have a really thick accent, it's not a big deal if you can communicate, right? But if you can't communicate or you don't understand the directions, whether that's like in your interview, in the skills day, your ride-alongs if you got them, right?
yeah, even like, your medicals or like calls, like we were saying, or like the academy
Yeah.
when you do your training.
Yeah, 100%. You need to be able to know what's going on. Actually, when we were writing down the info for this episode, I thought about one of the guys. You'll know who I'm talking. He's from Slovakia, so he has a thick accent, and I just remember him like, I was giving him directions. I think I was the training officer at the time or whatever, and he just stared at me blankly, and I thought he didn't understand anything.
Yeah.
Like who is this guy? Is he eating crayons afterwards? But actually, like the guy speaks 4 languages. Is
At least,
in.
yeah.
Great firefighter. So it's like sometimes you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes that is going to be a doubt in a recruiter's mind if you are coming in with a thick accent, right? So
Yeah, like the thing for me, English first language, I don't I don't hear a different language come into my brain, translate it, go out in a different language.
yeah,
Like for you, like English wasn't your first language.
no, it's my third.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's some ways it is a bonus, right? If you do have multiple languages and you have an accent, well, make that known to the interview panel or whoever's going, whoever's testing you as well.
Yeah, I think like you just got to go in and you got to own it.
Yeah.
Like if you have a stutter, like we touched on Tourette's, have an accent, same thing. Like just go in and own it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. It's kind of like, not being good with tools. It's a skill set, right? Yeah, it might be a skill that you haven't been given a fair hand in if you have some kind of speech impediment. But if you own it and you go into that interview and you're like, hey, I am a bit nervous, but I also do have a bit of a speech impediment, so I apologize in advance. Or, if you can work with me, no recruiter should ever like hold that against you,
No.
right? Again, the only way they can hold it against you if it's unsafe or if the communication doesn't get
Yeah.
through, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, like you're saying, like speaking is a skill.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, public speaking or, a panel interview when you're talking to more than one person, it's going to be very frustrating for a lot of people. And obviously, like it's a bit scary, like when you go in for the interview.
Yeah.
And if you compound it with, having a bit of an impediment, it's just going to double down and double down. But if you stay calm, you explain what's going on, or even use it in like one of your answers,
Yeah, for sure.
like a time you were stressed out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like I was doing something and there's a language barrier,
Yeah.
or like we can understand each other, or I got very flustered and I was stuttering a lot, so it was hard for me to get my point across.
Yeah. Or use it as a positive too. Like what's something you overcame,
Yeah.
right? Like we know a few career firefighters who have overcome that speech impediment. If they're having great careers right now.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So that could be something you can use in your interview as well. Hey, this is what I had. This is what I worked on. This is what I, got medications for. And yeah, it's like for a lot of it is a skill, like especially as, if you are an immigrant and that is something that's holding you back, because there are processes out there where you are on a timer. And sometimes I just know from my own experience, like it might take you a little bit longer to understand what they're asking.
Definitely.
Right. So yeah, you're going to be slower on understanding it in that brief moment, but that's something you have to work on. If that's what's holding you back, you just have to work on it.
Yeah. It's the same as like if you're lacking in your medical skills.
Yeah.
Like you're going to go volunteer at somewhere, get more medical skills, like same like that, or hands-on tools, like you were saying. Like
Yeah.
If you're lacking in tool skills, but you go out and you find somewhere you can practice it, you're going to get better and better at it. It's the same as speaking. Public speaking doesn't come easy to a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. And I think even the stuttering thing, it's not necessarily like you don't need to have a medical condition to stutter or pause between words or whatever. It can happen, like you said, if you are bad at public speaking or if you're just nervous in front of people, right? So it is something you can definitely work on. And even, on the Tourette's side, like, yeah, there's medications out there for that and see if it's right for you. And at the end of the day, if that is what's stopping you from becoming a firefighter and, the difference being, yeah, you might get hurt in a Mayday because you won't be able to call it out. Well, then maybe don't go that way too. Right? Like maybe it's not for you. If you really can't help it, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Right? Just take that into consideration as well, because if the interview panel has issues with your accent or your speech impediment, there's a reason for it. They're not trying to pick on you.
Yeah, they're not doing it unjustly. They're not being like, okay, like, this person is a little bit different. It's kind of, they're stuttering throughout the whole thing. Maybe they're nervous, they don't do well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if you explain it to them, then, you kind of have something going in with it.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be blacklisted. Well, not blacklisted is the wrong word, but turned down or denied because of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen. And same thing if you like go into your ride-alongs. Anytime you meet, a new crew, sometimes find a way if you can. If you're getting mixed signals and people are like, what's going on with this person if they don't know, right? Yeah, it's a good thing to bring forward and own it. Be good with it.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing, like owning it. Like the guy that we know that has Tourette's, like I think within the first 2 shifts we volunteered with him. Like he let us know because he had tics that would come about, and he was just like, like I have Tourette's and he was taking medications for it, and he was saying it improved quite a bit. I didn't know him before the medication,
right?
But he said it helped quite a bit, and he was just open and honest about it. And like, it's not a big deal.
No,
it's not a big deal at all.
No, I was trying to get one of those speech impediment guys, stutter guys, onto the podcast. I was talking to him, but I think he cut out. I think he was going through a tunnel or something.
Oh yeah.
So, no,
yeah.
Throw that out there.
You're a terrible person.
But like we know tons of people who have it and who are dealing with it, and they're great firefighters, and no one's going to bug you for that either. Like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone, throw it a shot or anything like that. So don't, like, if you do have an accent, if you do have a speech impediment, just know, like, you're in a pretty good space. Just, you got to push through it. And
keep it, like, it wouldn't stop personally. I mean, I didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop me from applying.
Yeah.
That's it for this week. If you're serious about turning your application into a job offer, you need a game plan. Head over to firefightersglobal.com to book a one-on-one consultation with us today. We'll tear down your resume, prep you for the panel, and give you the exact roadmap you need to get hired. Check out the resources at firefightersglobal.com. Check us out on Instagram at firefightersglobal. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening and share this episode with a fellow applicant. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time.